Welcome back to the channel. So, the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra leaks are here, and let me tell you, this phone is shaping up to be one of the most exciting Galaxy upgrades in years. If you thought Samsung was running out of ideas, think again, because from design tweaks to AI-powered features, the S26 Ultra is looking like the phone that wants to do everything, except maybe your laundry. But hey, we can dream, right? Now, let's start with the first thing you'll notice the second you pick it up, the display. Samsung is reportedly introducing a next-generation AMOLED panel with even higher brightness levels, up to 3000 nits. That means using your phone outdoors won't feel like squinting into the sun anymore. And here's the kicker. The edges are flatter this time, giving a more refined and boxy look, while still keeping that signature Ultra vibe. Personally, I'm a fan of this move. Rounded edges may look sleek, but if you've ever tried putting a screen protector on, you know the pain. But a gorgeous display isn't the only thing Samsung is banking on. Under the hood, the Galaxy S26 Ultra is almost guaranteed to come with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 chip globally. No more Exynos versus Snapdragon drama. And that's huge. Samsung finally seems to understand that nobody wants to pay flagship money for a lottery ticket processor. With the Gen 5, we're expecting even faster AI performance, cooler thermals, and gaming that feels like you've strapped a mini PlayStation in your pocket. And since we're on the topic of AI, let's dive into what makes this Ultra feel futuristic. Galaxy AI isn't just about text summarization or photo editing anymore. Rumors point to real-time language translation during calls, smarter camera suggestions, and even generative wallpapers. Imagine telling your phone, "Hey, make me a wallpaper with a cat riding a skateboard on Mars." And boom, you've got it. Will most people use this daily? Probably not. But is it cool to show off at a party? Absolutely. Of course, no Ultra is complete without a camera story. So let's zoom in on that, literally. Samsung's sticking with a 200MP main sensor, but the real story is the telephoto lens. The 10x periscope zoom is supposedly getting sharper, thanks to a new sensor and better stabilization. That means moonshots that don't just look like blurry white blobs. And yes, Samsung still wants to remind you that you don't need a telescope when you own an Ultra. But what's the point of all this power if the phone dies halfway through the day, right? That's why battery life is another area where Samsung's making subtle but important changes. The S26 Ultra is rumored to pack a 5,500 mAh battery, combined with smarter AI optimization. Translation: the phone might finally last an entire day of heavy use without you hunting for a charger at 9 p.m. And while charging speeds still cap at 45W, Samsung says efficiency improvements will make charging feel faster. We'll see about that, because 45W in 2025 still feels like showing up to a Formula One race with a bicycle. So where does all this leave us? Well, leaks always paint a shiny picture, but the final device sometimes tells a different story. Still, everything we're hearing points to Galaxy S26 Ultra being one of the most polished and powerful Android phones of the year. And that brings me to you. What do you think? Is Samsung back in the game, or are we just looking at another safe upgrade? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our latest tech videos. That's all for today's first look at the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra. If you want to dive deeper into Samsung's upcoming features, check out the video on your screen right now. Trust me, you don't want to miss it.